Hey guys, Seth Fuller here, your Texas trial champion. It's been a while since I produced something. I had maybe a few minutes to go and do a video that's substantive and kind of fun. And what I wanted to do was go over, if you can't tell from this, Cops. And Cops was one of my favorite TV shows growing up, and even into adulthood. It would fill up my TiVo DVR, and I would just watch multiple episodes over and over, and they were so fun. And they became hard to find because I didn't have cable, and just they weren't streaming almost anywhere. And so eventually I've been seeing them come back on, and I thought, hey, let's take a look back. And it really is interesting how different that the interactions are, and I think how unworried the police are about how their interactions will appear on video, because again, most of these are going to be long before everyone had cell phones, and so they're going to be like an interesting look when police weren't worried about cameras, and so when they did have cameras, they were maybe a little less on guard, a little less self-conscious. And so I think that it'd be fun to look back at some of these, and I've been going through them like, oh, this is crazy. Why did they do this? And so I think we should, I just want to take a look with you and go over a few of the videos. So let's check it out. This is just something I searched, it's got Cops Wild Moments, and I wanted to go over the first scene with you. How about that?
Here's a guy jaywalking. We're gonna stop and talk to him and see what his deal is.
Now again, just to start off, it's jaywalking. Like they wanted him to walk like all the way down the street, go to the crosswalk, wait for the crosswalk, and then walk back to get from the gas station that's right there to his hotel. But again, we know that's not what it's about. This is a stop and frisk situation. Hey, let's just stop a random citizen who's in a bad neighborhood and see if they got some warrants. That's pretty much, or drugs.
In front of the car, please. You're jaywalking, sir.
My bad.
You're bad. You're lucky that I was paying attention.
Sorry, sir.
We don't shake hands. You got ID on you?
At my house, but
Where are you living?
Now let's talk about that. He's like, you're lucky I was paying attention. Well,
here's a guy jaywalking. We're gonna stop.
it wasn't really close. Come on, let's be honest. It wasn't that, you know, he just didn't, again, just thought, let's see what happens.
I can't ask another person.
Would you?
That's not a valid form of ID.
Officer, this is my father.
Hold on.
This is my father.
Go away.
No.
All right. Hold on. I'll have to call you back.
So here we are. He didn't have an ID on him, and he gave his name and information, and the father is right there, and he goes, hey, here's my dad. Now, again, why wouldn't you as a cop, if there's no ego involved, you're just trying to identify this person, walk around, walk the dad, make sure your guy's not running away, say, hey, what's your son's name and date of birth? And if it matches what the kid just gave him, you know it's either true or there's a very off chance that they both rehearsed his fake ID. And more importantly, then you can cross-run it in your system if your system does that.
Apparently.
Dad, please handle this.
Hey, leave.
No.
But instead he tells him leave. Now why would you tell it? Again, dad has nothing to do with it. His son called him over. His son is in trouble. Almost any dad is going to feel like that he needs to at least intervene with his son. Not intervene, but find out what's happening. And he would be curious. And the cop just tells him leave. Just very rudely, right? I mean, there's just no reason for that. Dad hasn't done anything. This is a jaywalking ticket. There's no weapons involved. So now we have it. Here it goes.
Control 3 Charlie.
He ran.
7 Charlie 45.
Stupid.
I have a foot pursuit.
Again.
He's going south.
So let's talk about the legality of the cop stopping him and asking his information. Anywhere you go, jaywalking is a Class C or non-arrestable misdemeanor. And obviously, if you commit any crime, including a Class C, the cops can stop you and ask for identification. So the cop was well within his rights, or he wasn't violating anyone's constitutional rights by doing this. Whether it's, we need to do this for jaywalking, I don't know. Again, why would you want to turn a jaywalking into something like this?
Bound 14. Okay.
The amount of
Get on
paperwork
your
you
knees
gotta do
right
for
now.
this stuff is ridiculous.
Get on your knees. Get on your knees.
So my kid stops eventually.
Control 7
down
Charlie
there.
45. I'm code 4. He's in custody. Get on your face. Good morning. Make sure cross your feet to your ankles. Bring it to your rear. Bring your ankles to your rear. Your butt. There we go. Do not move. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes. I apologize, officer, okay?
So now my guy is finally cooperative. He's apologizing. He's obviously a moron. This dude is.
I'm sorry, I apologize for this. I really do, okay?
He ran from police when he didn't have a warrant.
Okay, these are a little tight.
What's your real name?
I told you my real name.
What are you running
I
for?
brought my dad over here to tell you the truth on that.
Now again, the identity seems to
So
be
you
the
told
main
me your
thing
real
this
name, but
cop
you
is
run away for jaywalking?
obsessed with.
My mistake.
Over the jaywalking.
Your
My
mistake?
mistake.
It's kind of
My stupid, messed up mistake. Here comes my mother now.
There's
Mom. Hi! You like my jewelry? She'll tell you exactly who I am. Go and talk to him about this.
Hey, get in front of the car. Get in front of the car. I'm at Fremont 14th.
I'm his mother.
Okay, please leave.
So now I want to pause it there because again, this seems to be besides the jaywalking and now the running. This seems to be about the cop wanting to identify this young man. She says, I'm his mother. This is the perfect time to get an independent person to tell him name, date of birth. Why would the mother lie? And what are the chances that the mother's lie is going to match the son's lie? And then you can even bring the dad aside and do the same thing. It's ludicrous. This is the standard ego of cops and was a regular thing, maybe still is, but definitely was a regular thing before we had cell phones recording, where there's some check on the cop's ego and ridiculousness, which is if you say you want to identify this person, we now escalated it to a resisting. You want to identify them, why wouldn't you ask the mom his name and date of birth and address?
Well, there's a...
Hey, you see that guy with the white hair? That's this guy's father. He keeps calling him back. Please let that man know that he's going to go to jail for obstructing also. I've just told him.
Now, think about that. This is a dad who's watching his son get arrested for what he doesn't know. His son goes across the street to buy him a hot dog and is being arrested. But if the son keeps calling him over and the cop tells him, hey, get out, and not only that, but now is going to threaten the father with arrest for what? For obstructing justice? How is he obstructing by just standing by? By the way, wouldn't he be obstructing justice by not telling the cop that guy's identification? Identification seems to be the main thing here. So why wouldn't you? There's no doubt what is going on here. It's just this cop's ego. He decided he's going to flex on this kid. This kid is a bonehead deluxe. And this cop's just going to freaking make this into a crime where we're going to expend our taxpayer dollars on feeding this kid and putting him in jail. And then maybe even get dad, if you go and threaten a dad with obstruction, which is not a thing and not a legally correct arrest, maybe he goes to jail over this stupid hot dog jaywalking.
What are you running for?
Trying to get my mother to actually get you to believe me on this.
That's your name?
Yes, my name, my information, everything.
So you wanted to run to your mother to have her tell me that was who you really were?
I felt it was a viable solution, but I guess it wasn't.
What do you want to do with your hot dog? It can't go into jail.
That was my father's.
Right here. Put your palms together, man. You really can't, huh?
A little bit.
Well, they're handcuffs, not supposed to be made comfortable, so have a seat, man.
It would have been an easy citation for jaywalking, but he wanted to run and pretend he's someone else, and he gets to go to jail.
So we're having trouble identifying him?
Having trouble identifying who he is.
Okay.
He's trouble identifying who he is. because you told his mom and dad to leave or they are going to get arrested. Like, and again, I want to say these cops now know they're on camera. This is behavior that they thought, maybe even think. I don't know what year this was from the older cars. I think it was older. But I'm just saying these are cops who thought that what they just did was their protect and serve. Who did they protect and serve? Who has benefited from getting this bonehead jaywalker off of the streets? You know there's no drugs or they just showed it to us. So what we did was turn a jaywalker into a guy who runs from police, and we're going to expend our resources in prosecuting this guy. In the meantime, the cops could have intervened. I know the bonehead could have done something better, but these cops who we pay out of our taxpayer money could have just literally asked the mom who the guy was, asked the dad who the guy was, and solved that whole mystery that apparently we still have. In any event, that's the end of this interaction. I hope it was
We're headed
entertaining.
to assist my
Again, this is just literally the first thing I pulled up and went through, and it's just this ridiculous. So I look forward to doing more of those. You should like, subscribe, do everything. I have 2 channels now because I was blacklisted. What is it called? Shadow banned on one. And so anywhere you find me, Texas Trial Champion, like, subscribe. Let's get a lot of subscribers on here. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.